As much as we talked about what the theme should be today, the title of this educational is The Case Against Recycling. We'll see what happens here. For 3 to 4 minutes, please welcome Dave Pope.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters. The theme for today is recycling, so it's rather ambitious of me to get up here and give you an educational on the case against recycling. But I'm going to do it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm as green as any of you. I tie up my newspapers, put them in the blue bucket along with the proper plastic. My next car is going to be a hybrid. And look, I have a cup just like the Brants and her, so that I don't have to use and dispose of those cups in the back of the room. I am against recycling. That is, the recycling of your Toastmaster speeches. Now, when you're here for a number of years, you gain a collection, a lexicon of speeches. And it's very tempting to re-give them, to recycle them. But I don't, and I've done it myself, and I don't feel good about it. And it goes against the grain because many Toastmasters, like Darren LaCroix, who is the Toastmaster humorist, says, why recreate the wheel? Keep giving the same speech and improve it each time. Well, that's good for contests maybe and for conferences, but here you don't want to recycle your speeches because you will lose 3 things. Creativity, the Whiffum factor, and spontaneity. Now let me explain. Each of you that comes into this room and joins this club has gained one thing, the renewal of your creativity. I see it every single Wednesday. Bill Starr is a different person. So is Jim Coleman. So is Gordon. You all are, because when you come in this room, you bring something different each time. And I can see it. It's a renewal of creativity. Now, the reason I've been a Toastmaster here for 9 years, 10 years, coming to this club, is for the same reason that I get up every morning, get down on the floor and exercise for 10 to 15 minutes. Because that renews the cells in my muscles. And I come here on Wednesday morning at this ungodly hour to renew the cells in my brain. I've said this before, but creating and delivering an original speech is as creative as painting a picture or writing a symphony. Now, that may be a little exaggeration, but hey, it's my platform. But I don't believe that you should recycle for those reasons. As you get older, you lose, like your memory, a little of your creativity. It goes little by little, and you have to renew it. Secondly, you lose the Whiffum factor. Dan told us about that last week. It's the what's in it for me factor that you give to the audience. When you finish your 10 speeches in Toastmasters, when you finish your basic manual, you should be given 4 different things. How to organize a speech, how to deliver a good speech, how to entertain an audience, and how to leave them with a Whiffum, a message, a what's in it for me message. That's important. If you recycle your speech and 30 to 40% of the audience has already heard it, you lose that Whiffum factor. And finally, you lose spontaneity. Jim Spencer always tells us that the way to sell a good speech is to give a passionate, spontaneous speech. Your speech should be as spontaneous as a flash mob in a railroad station. because that's the way you get your audience up with you. If you recycle your speeches, you will frequently lose that spontaneity because you memorize the speech and you lose that zip. You may not even use the word of the day, metamorphosis. How's that for getting it in? In summary, don't recycle your speeches because you will lose creativity, the Whitlam's factor, and spontaneity. And that, Toastmasters, is my case against recycling.
Well, there goes